In the heart of the kingdom of Eldoria, where towering castles kissed the clouds and rivers glittered like silver, lived Princess Seraphina. Her beauty was legendary: long raven hair, eyes as green as the deepest forest, and a smile that could soften the hardest heart. But behind her regal poise lay a restless spirit. She yearned for life beyond the palace walls, beyond the endless etiquette and royal duties. Every week, disguised in simple clothes, she would slip out of the castle, venturing into the bustling market of Eldoria. Here, among merchants and farmers, she felt alive. Here, she could breathe without the weight of her crown. One sunny morning, as she wandered past stalls of fruit and fabrics, she noticed a young man struggling with a basket of freshly picked flowers. He moved with a mix of strength and care, and though his clothes were simple and worn, his presence had a quiet nobility. Their eyes met. For a brief, timeless moment, the world seemed to stop. "Why do you give these flowers away?" she asked, her curiosity tinged with a smile. "Because some hearts need flowers more than gold," he replied softly. His voice was warm and steady, and it struck a chord deep within her. "Your words, they are strange yet kind," Seraphina said. The young man chuckled. "I am no stranger to hard work, Princess. Life is about sharing what little beauty we can create." Her heart fluttered. She had never met anyone like him. His name was Elias, a humble farmer whose hands bore the marks of toil and the strength of honesty. Though poor, his spirit was rich, and he spoke with a sincerity that Seraphina found irresistible. They began meeting secretly in the market, exchanging words, laughter, and glances that lingered longer than they should. Seraphina told him stories of life in the castle in vague terms, careful never to reveal her identity. Elias shared tales of the land, the river, and the hard but honest life of a farmer. Days turned into weeks, and the bond between them grew, unspoken yet undeniable. Every stolen moment was a spark, every shared smile a promise. But fate was never gentle in matters of love among royalty. King Alaric, Seraphina's father, had already arranged her betrothal to Lord Varin, a nobleman whose wealth and influence could strengthen the kingdom's position. Seraphina's heart rebelled at the thought. She could not love Varin. She could not marry him. Yet the law of the land and her father's will stood firm. Despite this, her secret meetings with Elias became her sanctuary. Among the common folk, she could live freely, laugh freely, and dream freely. She longed for the day she could tell him the truth, but feared the consequences.
One afternoon, as the two met by the edge of the river, the sunlight glimmering off the water, a royal guard appeared, his armor clanking. "You should not be here with a commoner, Princess," the guard said sternly. Seraphina stepped forward, her eyes blazing. "Elias is no commoner to me. I will not marry someone I do not love." The guard hesitated, stunned by her audacity. Yet he could not leave without a report. He vanished into the shadows, but the threat had been made clear. If anyone discovered their secret, the consequences could be dire. That night, beneath the silver glow of the moon, Seraphina revealed her true identity to Elias. His eyes widened, but instead of fear, a smile spread across his face. "You are a princess," he whispered. "Yes," she said, taking his hands. "And yet, tonight, I am just a girl who loves a man who gives flowers freely." Elias took her hands in his grip firm and tender. "I care not for titles or crowns. I care for you, Seraphina, and I will fight for you if you let me." Together, they devised a plan. Under the cover of darkness, they would escape the castle, cross the mountains, and find a place where no royal decree could separate them. They travelled by night, hiding in forests, fording rivers, and evading the king's men. Their love grew stronger with each trial, each moment of fear, each whispered promise. The journey was not easy. They faced storms that threatened to sweep them away, wild animals, and the ever-looming threat of discovery. But every challenge only deepened their bond. Elias's wisdom and bravery complemented Seraphina's courage and cleverness. They learned to rely on each other completely, hearts and minds intertwined. Weeks later, they arrived at a secluded valley where a small community welcomed them. Seraphina found freedom not in grandeur, but in simplicity and love. The villagers admired her strength and kindness, while Elias's farming skills secured their sustenance. News of their union eventually reached King Alaric. Though initially furious, he saw the unwavering devotion and courage of his daughter. Recognizing the purity of their love, he relented. In a ceremony filled with flowers, laughter, and songs sung by villagers and nobles alike, Seraphina and Elias were wed. The princess and the humble farmer had defied fate, law, and expectation. As they stood together hand in hand, Seraphina whispered, "I never imagined life could be this beautiful." Elias smiled, brushing a strand of hair from her face. "It is only the beginning, my love. Our story will be told for generations." And so, the beautiful princess and the handsome poor farmer lived their days in love and happiness, proving that true love transcends wealth, power, and titles. As Seraphina and Elias walked hand in hand into the sunset, their hearts full of love and dreams, they knew that every story has its magic if you dare to follow your heart. If you enjoyed this tale of love, courage, and destiny, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss another story that can touch your heart and spark your imagination. Join us and let the magic of stories unfold, one adventure at a time.